Next, we'll start making section 2. It's divided into the first part and the second part. Both are worked back and forth. The new stitches used include DC2 bobble stitch, half double crochet. Please watch me demonstrate below. Let's start by crocheting row 1. Place section 1 with the right side facing up. Take the corresponding yarn. Join the yarn in the chain space at the corner on the right side. Make 3 beginning chains. The beginning chain counts as 1 double crochet. Place a stitch marker. Continue with 3 more chains. Crochet 1 double crochet in the same position. Skip the next 3 stitches below. Work 1 single crochet. Skip 3 stitches. Crochet 1 double crochet. Three chains. Crochet 1 double crochet in the same position. Three chains. 1 double crochet. Count the stitches worked in this stitch as 1 cluster. Skip 3 stitches. Crochet 1 single crochet. Skip 3 stitches. Crochet 1 cluster. Skip 3 stitches. Crochet 1 single crochet. Skip 2 stitches. Crochet 1 cluster. Skip 2 stitches. Crochet 1 single crochet. For the smaller size, treat these 3 clusters and 3 single crochets as one sequence. You can see that the first 2 clusters are separated by 3 stitches on either side. The third cluster is separated by 2 stitches on either side. Continue crocheting downward following this sequence. For the larger size, refer to the pattern and crochet accordingly. For the last group, after completing 2 clusters, leave an interval of 3 stitches. Then crochet 1 single crochet. Leave another interval of 3 stitches. Then crochet 1 double crochet into the chain space. Chain 3. Then crochet 1 double crochet. This completes the first row. After completion, there is no need to fasten off the yarn. Now start crocheting the second row. Begin with 1 chain stitch to start. Turn the work piece. Crochet 1 single crochet into the first double crochet stitch. Remember, when crocheting on the wrong side, the stitch will be located at the top left. Place a stitch marker here. Chain 3. Then on the single crochet stitch below, crochet 1 DC2 bobble stitch. Start by making 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over the hook. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again. Pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. That's how you make an incomplete double crochet stitch. Now crochet another incomplete double crochet stitch. After completing it, yarn over and draw through all the loops on your hook in once. That completes 1 DC2 bobble stitch. Next, chain 3. In the middle of this double crochet stitch in the pattern, work 1 single crochet. Chain 3. On the adjacent single crochet, work 1 DC2 bobble stitch. First, make 2 incomplete double crochet stitches. Yarn over the hook. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. That completes 1 incomplete double crochet stitch. Work another incomplete double crochet stitch. Yarn over the hook. Pull through all the loops on the hook in one go. That completes 1 DC2 bobble stitch. Then, chain 3. On the double crochet in the middle of the pattern, work 1 single crochet. Chain 3. On the single crochet stitch, work 1 DC2 bobble stitch. Chain 3. This whole row is worked on the double crochet, in the middle of the pattern. Crochet a single crochet. Work a DC2 bobble stitch into the single crochet stitch. In the middle, there's a chain 3 as an interval. Follow this pattern to complete the row. Finish crocheting this row. Finally, work a single crochet into the marked stitch. Row 2 is now completed. Next, we'll crochet row 3. Start with 3 beginning chains. Place a stitch marker. Crochet 3 more chain stitches. Turn the work piece. Into the single crochet that corresponds to the beginning chain. Work 1 double crochet. Crochet 1 single crochet into the DC2 bobble stitch. Work 1 cluster into the single crochet stitch. Crochet another single crochet into the DC2 bobble stitch. This entire row consists of single crochets, worked into the DC2 bobble stitches. Work clusters into the single crochet stitches. Follow this pattern. Complete the row. Finally, at the stitch marker position, crochet 1 double crochet. Then 3 chain stitches. And 1 more double crochet. Row 3 is now completed. Repeat rows 2 and 3 for the following sections. For larger sizes, work the required number of rows evenly without increasing or decreasing. After completing the crochet, do not fasten off the yarn. For smaller sizes, you need to decrease stitches in the last 2 rows. Keep in mind that, after completing 4 rows, you can measure the dimension. Compare it with the size indicated on the pattern chart. If there's a significant difference, it's recommended to adjust your tension. Then recrochet. Here, I'll demonstrate the crochet technique for the last 2 rows of the small size using a sample swatch. Let's start with the second to last row. Start by crocheting 3 chain stitches. Turn the work piece. Work single crochet into the DC2 bobble. Crochet the pattern on the single crochets. The crochet method for this row is similar to row 3. Everyone, refer to the pattern chart. Complete the remaining part of the fabric. Leave the last single crochet stitch unworked. The second to last row is now complete. Next, we'll crochet the last row. Before starting, you need to carry the yarn across. First, enlarge the loop on the crochet hook. Draw the yarn or fabric through from the inside. Tighten it slightly. Turn the fabric. In this pattern, insert the hook into the middle double crochet stitch. Hook the yarn out. Adjust the yarn tail. Stick to the fabric piece. This completes the carrying yarn technique. Then crochet 3 chain stitches. Continue following the chart for the rest. The crocheting method for this row is similar to row 2. Everyone, refer to the pattern. Keep going all the way down to the last single crochet stitch. After completing the single crochet, crochet 3 chain stitches. For one cluster pattern. The method for crocheting the cluster is, first, work 2 incomplete double crochets into the single crochet stitch below. Then, on the middle double crochet stitch of this cluster pattern, work 1 incomplete double crochet. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops on your hook once. One cluster pattern is now completed. The last row for the small size is also finished. At the same time, the first part has been fully explained. The second part is divided into left and right shoulder parts. The left and right here are based on the wearer's perspective. Before crocheting, you can use a marker to mark the crocheting area and crochet each section separately. Here, I'll demonstrate with a small sample. It has fewer stitches. The position is random. We'll continue with the yarn tail from the first part. Let's start with the left shoulder part. Below, we'll crochet row 1. Here, I'll continue demonstrating using the small size as an example. You can refer to the chart for large size. Before crocheting, you need to carry the yarn across. Turn the fabric piece. Draw the yarn through this single crochet stitch. Adjust the yarn tail. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain. Then make 1 chain stitch for transition. Crochet 1 double crochet in the same stitch. Continue with the corresponding stitch pattern as usual. Crochet all the way to the stitch marker position. Carry the yarn across again, crochet row 2. End row 2 with a double crochet. Hook into this chain space. Everyone refer to the pattern. Complete the first few rows of the left shoulder part on your own. When crocheting the last row, you will also use half double crochets. Here is the method for crocheting half double crochets. Below, I will demonstrate the half double crochet technique. Yarn over, insert the hook into the chain space below. Draw the yarn through. At this point, there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, and draw through all 3 loops on the hook once. The half double crochet is complete. Crochet another half double crochet in the same stitch. Yarn over. Insert the hook into the chain space below. Pull the yarn through. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. And draw through all 3 loops on the hook once. Another half double crochet is complete. Next, crochet 1 double crochet. Crochet 1 double crochet into the DC2 bobble stitch. Finally, leave a tail of about 5 centimeters. Break the yarn. Weave in the yarn tail along the texture on the wrong side. That completes the explanation for the left shoulder part. Next, we will crochet the right shoulder part. Take the corresponding yarn. Make a slip knot. On the right side of the fabric, mark the position and join the yarn. Crochet 1 chain as the beginning chain. Start crocheting the corresponding stitch pattern downward. The method is similar to that of the left front piece. Everyone, refer to the pattern and complete the crocheting. After completing the crocheting, leave a yarn tail of about 5 centimeters. Then break the yarn. Secure the yarn tail on the wrong side. The right shoulder part has been completed. At the same time, the entire section 2 has also been explained. Next, we will crochet section 3. We will start from foundation chain, and work back and forth along the chain. After completing the crocheting, join it with section 1. Please watch the demonstration. First, crochet the corresponding number of chain stitches. Here I'm using a sample swatch for the demonstration. The stitch count is smaller. For the exact number of stitches, please refer to the corresponding chart. If the starting chain is longer, you can place markers as you crochet. This will help prevent adding or missing stitches. After completing, on the last chain stitch, place a stitch marker. That completes the starting chain. Next, crochet the first row. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning. These 3 chains count as 1 double crochet stitch. Place a stitch marker here. Continue crocheting with 3 chain stitches for transition. At the stitch marker position on the starting chain, pick up 1 thread from the top loop of the chain. Crochet 1 double crochet stitch. Leave an interval of 3 chain stitches. On the 4th stitch, pick up 1 thread from the top loop of the chain. Crochet 1 single crochet stitch. Then leave another interval of 3 chain stitches. On the 4th stitch, pick up 1 thread from the top loop of the chain. Crochet 1 motif. Follow the pattern with an interval of 3 chains. Crochet the corresponding stitch techniques. Complete this row of crocheting. On the last chain, crochet 1 double crochet stitch. Three chain stitches. 1 double crochet stitch. The first row is completed. The stitch pattern for the next section is similar to the first part of section 2. Repeat row 2 and row 3 without increasing or decreasing. Continue until the required number of rows is completed. After finishing, do not fasten off the yarn. This completes the explanation of section 3. After completing section 3, take the other side of section 1 and align it with the right side of section 3. The wrong side of section 1 should face you. Continue using the yarn tail from section 3. Thread the yarn through the chain space on the edge of section 1. Then crochet 3 chain stitches. Below, leave an interval of 3 double crochets. Insert the hook into the 4th double crochet stitch. Pass through both loops. This includes the DC2 bobble stitch from section 3. Crochet a slip stitch. Next, make 3 chain stitches. Leave an interval of 3 double crochets. Insert the hook into the 4th double crochet stitch. Pass through the single crochet stitch from section 3 at the same time. Crochet a slip stitch. Then make 3 chain stitches. Leave an interval of 3 double crochets. Crochet 1 slip stitch. Three chain stitches. Leave an interval of 3 double crochets. Crochet 1 slip stitch. 3 chain stitches. Leave an interval of 3 double crochets. One slip stitch. 3 chain stitches. Leave an interval of 2 double crochets. 1 slip stitch. 3 chain stitches. Leave an interval of 2 double crochets. 1 slip stitch. 3 chain stitches. The spot to insert the hook for the slip stitch here corresponds to the insertion position of the first row in section 2. The pattern for the intervals of double crochets is also the same. Everyone, refer to the pattern. Complete the connection of the remaining part. After completion, leave a yarn tail of about 5 centimeters, then cut the yarn. Tuck the yarn tail along the texture on the wrong side. This completes the crocheting of section 3 and its connections. At the same time, the explanation of the entire front piece is also complete. The back piece is divided into 2 parts, the body and the shoulder parts. We will start from foundation chain and crochet back and forth. First, crochet evenly for the body without increasing or decreasing. The crochet method is similar to the one used in section 3. After completing the body, move on to crochet the shoulder parts. Continue crocheting upward from the body, working back and forth. Decrease stitches on both sides. Then, crochet the left and right shoulder parts separately. When crocheting, you need to carry the yarn across. Position for carrying the yarn. All the markings are on the chart. You can crochet by referring to the pattern. Up to this point, the back piece has been fully explained. Next, we will connect the front and back pieces. This includes connecting the shoulder parts and the body. The joining method is identical for both. Place the right sides of the fabric pieces together, and work slip stitches on the wrong side. Use a chain of 3 stitches as a bridge between slip stitches. Let's now look at how to connect the body part. The connection for the body involves the entire section 3 of the front piece, with the corresponding section on the back piece. Pick up the corresponding color yarn and make a slip knit. Place the front piece facing you. Insert your hook through the first row of the front piece, as well as the first row's insertion point on the back piece. Draw the yarn through. Crochet a chain of 3 as a bridge. Then pick up the corresponding single crochet stitches from both the front and back pieces. Work a slip stitch to join them. Next, create another chain of 3 as an interval. Find the corresponding single crochet position. Crochet a slip stitch to connect it. Repeat this process, matching each stitch evenly. Complete the connection for the entire section 3 this way. Once the connection is done, leave a tail of about 5 centimeters. Cut the yarn. Weave in the yarn tail along the texture on the wrong side. This completes the connection for one side of the body. Connect the other side using the same method. That concludes the explanation of connecting the body. Next, we will connect the shoulder parts. This involves both sides of the fabric piece. Connect the decreasing section. You can start by using a stitch marker. Secure the beginning and ending of the connection. Place a stitch marker in the middle position. The connection point is not fixed. As you crochet, check if the fabric piece lays flat. Adjust the connection position as needed based on the situation. You can complete the connection on your own. That concludes the explanation of connecting the shoulder parts. At the same time, the connection of the front and back has also been explained. Finally, we will work on the edging. It starts with the neckline edging, cuffs edging, and hems edging. Below, we will first learn the neckline edging. Take out the corresponding color yarn. Make sure the right side of the fabric faces out. Here, we will demonstrate using the small size as an example. For the large size, you can refer to the pattern and crochet. The crochet methods are similar. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side of the reserved neckline position on the back piece. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain. Place a marker on the beginning chain. To make a mark, then crochet 1 chain stitch for the interval. In the next chain space, crochet 1 double crochet stitch. 1 chain stitch interval. Crochet 1 double crochet stitch in the single crochet stitch. 1 chain stitch interval. The adjacent chain space, crochet 1 double crochet. 1 chain stitch interval. Reserve the neckline position on the back piece, all in the chain spaces. And single crochet stitches, crochet double crochets. Between double crochets, crochet chain stitch intervals. Following this pattern, complete the reserved neckline portion. Reach the shoulder part side edge. When you encounter a chain, pick up the entire chain braid, and crochet a double crochet. When you encounter a double crochet, pick up the entire double crochet and continue crocheting. At the joining position, crochet 1 double crochet. When you encounter a single crochet, pick it up and crochet. While crocheting, the insertion point can be adjusted according to the actual situation. Just ensure that the fabric piece is flat and aesthetically pleasing. For the swatch, the number of stitches is small, so the positions are random. Everyone can refer to the pattern and complete this round on your own. After completing, slip stitch into the beginning chain. Break the yarn. Weave in the ends. For round 2, switch colors for crocheting. Work double crochets evenly, stitch by stitch. After completing the crocheting, break the yarn and weave in the ends. Everyone can refer to the pattern to complete the crocheting. Up to this point, the neckline edging tutorial is complete. For the cuffs edging, the method is similar to the hem and neckline edging. It's just that the insertion position differs. For the cuffs edging, join the yarn at the middle position under the arm. Then, refer to the chart, and crochet the corresponding stitch pattern. For the hem edging, on either side, join the yarn at the connection point. After completing it, crochet the corresponding stitch pattern. When crocheting, you will need to change colors. Everyone can refer to the diagram and crochet accordingly. Up to this point, the edging tutorial is complete. At the same time, the entire process of crocheting the garment is also complete. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website, Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.